We have here a list of some of the Fortune 500 companies, the employees, the revenues, and the profit. And notice that none of the columns is in any particular order. So we're going to do a sort. I'm going to select the entire table. And then on the Data tab, if I just hit A to Z, it will sort by the leftmost column. So now it's in rank order. And if I go to Z to A, then it reverses it. So the highest, or I guess lowest ranking company first, going down. But you can also hit the sort and bring up the menu. And now it has this where it says my data has headers. Let me unselect that for a moment. And now I can sort by, let's sort by column B. That's the name of the company. If I hit OK, then it treated the header as if it was one of the company names, and it put it in reverse alphabetical order. So let me undo that, Control Z. And now when I go back and do another sort, this time, click the box that says my data has headers. And now instead of just showing column A, column B, column C, it gives the columns, it names them according to the header. So let's sort by name, and let's go in order, A to Z. And notice it kept the header at the top, and these are now sorted. Okay, one thing about this is that when you use this kind of sort, it changes your data. So if you needed to be able to go back to how it was, I can do it now with a Control Z, or 2, or 3. There we go. This was the original order. If you needed to keep this order, you could make an index column and just put in numbering, and now you can sort this in whatever order by whatever column. And let's sort it by revenue, smallest to largest. And then if you want it to be back in its original, you can sort it by index, smallest to largest, and then it's back. Let's sort by the amount of profit. Sort by profit, and then largest on top. There we go. Okay, now, one thing about this is that it's what we call a static sort. So I've got this highest profit on top. Suppose that Albertsons became much more profitable, and now it has a profit of 4,000. Well, it doesn't update in the sort because this is what we call a static sort, and I would have to sort all of the data again. Let me Control Z, put that back to what it was. So instead, there is a sort function. It calls for several parameters. The first one is the array. So this is the values that you want returned. So I'm going to choose just from there. I don't really need the index for this. From rank through profit. And then the sort index, it's which column do you want? And the first column selected would be column 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I want to sort by number of employees, that would be column 3. And then sort order, a positive one for ascending and a negative one for descending. I want descending order, so the highest employees at the top. I'm ignoring the last parameter, and there's my sort. Okay, now one thing about this function is that there isn't a parameter to take care of the header. So you just select the body of the data, and if you want the headers, you're going to have to copy them and paste them in. And now, if I go back to the original data, and I'm sorting by number of employees, let's say that Albertsons loses employees, and now they only have 300. Notice that my sort updated. It's what's called a dynamic function. It will update according to changes in the data. Undo that. So let's go through these three. Sort by company name in alphabetical order. So sort, bring back all of the data based on company name is column 2, and in alphabetical order would be ascending A, then B. Okay, there we go. And let's try it again. Let's move to here. Do another sort. This time I want to sort, get my data, and place it here. By number of employees, column 3, smallest to largest, that's a positive 1 for your sort order. And last, sort the data by profit, which is column 5, and largest on top. If you want the headers, you're going to have to copy and paste them in. But notice that this is dynamic. So if I change a number of employees, let's give Micron 5,000 employees. Notice that Micron Technologies has 5,000 employees in each of these data sets, and that the ones that were sorted based on the number of employees, Micron moved. A few more quick things about the sort function, or these dynamic functions generally. So when you activate the formula by putting that left parenthesis and you see all the different parameters, the ones that are in these square brackets, those are optional. So those don't have to be included. The only thing you have to have is the array. And if I select all of this and then just do an ending parenthesis, it sorts the data and it just assumes that I wanted the leftmost column to be the index for the sort. So looking at this, the sort index, it will default to the leftmost column that was selected. The sort order defaulted to lowest to highest. And then the by column we're ignoring for now. Okay, one other thing. If you choose a smaller array, like just that much for your array, and then end it, it will sort based on the leftmost column, which should be Albertsons, with the name of the company, and it should go in ABC order. And it only brings back the 2 columns that I selected in the sort.